got an update into the investigation going on into Jenelle Evans and David Eason. Have you guys realized how quiet TMZ has been ever since reporting that Jace has escaped or ran away from David and Jenelle yet again? They reported on that, but they haven't said anything since he turned up. Nothing about him being found, nothing about him being in hospital, literally nothing. They have been quiet as a mouse. I've been wondering what the deal is with that and what they've had going on behind the scenes and what they were about to come out with. Well, you guys, TMZ is here and they have come back with a bang. First of all, they are confirming all the other reports that have been coming out via the Ashley, via the Sun, via In Touch Weekly. It's all been confirmed, and then they've added some more information on top of that, and let's go over it together. I am on pins and needles right now because I am so excited for Jace because it really, really feels like this is it this time. Okay. So they are saying, according to their law enforcement sources, and we all know that TMZ has a whole arsenal of law enforcement sources. They're always the first on the case for every big legal story. So their sources are saying that Jenelle Evans and David Eason are being suspected of child neglect, which is an actual serious charge. Wow, let's get into the article, you guys, shall we? According to TMZ, disgraced ex-teen mom star Jenelle Evans' oldest son disappeared one too many times for authorities not to investigate the adults in his home, which we're told they're now officially doing. I bet you that is why Tweedledee and Tweedledum are going on a rampage on social media trying to gaslight us all, claiming that every single outlet that has spoken with the police is lying. The police reports have been reported on. They're saying, oh no, don't trust the police reports. You're so gullible. Meanwhile, the information is coming out consistently from source to source. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Jenelle and her husband are currently under investigation for child neglect after Jace's latest disappearance. And what does that mean? He was reported a missing person last week. Thankfully, he was found, and he had already gone missing twice before that, which we know. And now their sources with direct knowledge to the whole situation are telling TMZ that this is not just Jace being a rebellious teenager the way that Jenelle wants you to believe. They think that it's much more serious than that. And that the reason why Jace keeps running away could be the reason why Jenelle is most likely the reason why Jenelle and David are currently being investigated. And that is that Jace apparently told cops that David Eason allegedly assaulted him. The Sun reported this, the Ashley reported this, Jenelle denied this, and now TMZ's own official sources, right? Their own independent discussion with the law enforcement is saying the exact same thing. Who are we supposed to believe, you guys? All of these reputable outlets or a pathological liar who can pull out a gun in front of her child and then lie and gaslight that same child? Just curious. I personally am going to choose to go ahead and believe the reputable media outlets because there's no way that Jenelle is telling the truth here, in my opinion. And I think, as usual, she just wants to save herself rather than try to fix whatever's going on with her son. So let's continue on with the article, shall we? TMZ is continuing on to say that at the hospital where Jace was after running away, he was allegedly found with marks on his neck and on his arms. Again, this is a confirmation of what the Sun had already put out there. And mind you, TMZ spoke to the police on their own. They're not saying according to the Sun. They're saying according to our own law enforcement source. So this is corroborated claims. Their sources are also claiming that this alleged assault has gone down in front of somebody else's home where there is Ring camera footage that the police and CPS now have in their possession. David and Jenelle, you are going down. Oh my God. Honestly, if all of this is true and they have footage of it, there's just no way. I can't see them putting Jace back in that house. I just can't. Look at the size of David and look at the size of Jace. Can you imagine someone this size, right? Putting their arm, look at the size of his hand, his unemployed hand alone. That, like, just one hand around, oh God, even just like simulating that just gave me the chills. Just the idea that these giant dusty hands could have potentially been around Jace's tiny neck is just terrifying. And if you see that on camera, how can you in good conscience put that child back in that home with this monster, especially when you know that this is the same monster that shoots family animals for fun, right? He shot that dog for publicity. Then apparently, I think Ensley had said something about him being violent with their little baby chicks that they had on their farm. And then there was something about a goat that he had chopped the head off, put it in a garbage can, and ate the rest of the goat. But it wasn't a goat for eating. It was Janelle's pet goat. So when you just put together his history of being truly unhinged, including threatening government officials, remember, Secret Service had to pay this guy a visit after he was going online, making threats and showing off all of his weaponry. Dude, throw the book at him. Throw the book at him. He won't be able to read it, but he sure will feel the impact on his head. So, yeah, like I said, CPS and the police allegedly have footage of this alleged attack. And so they're saying that, of course, if there's any evidence of physical abuse, the current investigation could lead to serious charges. And so the charge that they're looking into for now is child neglect. David and Jenelle, count your days, because wow, this is not looking good for either of you. Jenelle, you can't just stand by while this sort of thing happens to your child. You very well could be charged just like David is charged. And if this footage does exist from this alleged incident, I think that David should be charged with a lot more than just child neglect. To me, when you strangle someone, that's attempted red rum. To me, that is assault. That is a lot of things, especially when it's a child and you look at the size difference between this creature and this child. He needs a lot more charges if all of this is true. I'm just saying. TMZ has tried to reach out to Jenelle and David. So far, no word back. They're too busy posting on TikTok and Instagram, I guess. But I am just so happy to see another source come forward. This is the third source that has confirmed the same story, which is that they are under investigation. There were alleged marks on Jace, and they are all confirming, they're all reporting that these marks are in the same places. And now we have a name for the investigation and the charges that could potentially be handed down to David and Jenelle, God willing. Child neglect. And I feel like that is just the tip of the iceberg. I am hoping that if all of this is true, at the end of the day, we get more charges than that, because that deserves a lot more. Guys, as always, I will be keeping you up to date on anything I hear about this case. Thank you so much for sticking with me on this. Let me know how you feel about this. Do you feel like a certain level of just rooting for all of this, for Jace and all of this? You know what I mean? I just feel like, honestly, like, he was so brave to just keep on running away. I feel like the stakes were higher and higher each time. And this time, it could be the time that pays off, the time that he no longer has to be subjected to these people. I just feel like, yes, you're so close, Jace. You are so close. I just feel so hopeful this time. And I really, truly hope that this is it. This is the final time that he ever has to allegedly go through anything like this. Guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions. Continue to send all the good vibes for Jace, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.